starting on the left side of the right side of the map. So the most important thing is, where are the start lines? Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so they're 225. So basically, what the game did was it doubled the these. So there's supposed to be three. Supposed to be three clusters of them, but it didn't do that, which is really weird. Yeah, it didn't do that. Instead, it gave two clusters with some of them increased by the value of the other clusters. So basically, it overlapped them. That's interesting. Like I said, the game surprises all the time. Well, probably eventually it will not stop surprising me, but I doubt it. I doubt that. I'm starting much further forward than I expected. And my opponent is starting much further back than I expected. So, wow, yeah, that shifted it really far. Let's see. I said 62. Yeah, because that is 62 there. 62. Yeah, 62. Because the middle is at 49, so he's around 62, and then it's going all the way back to 52. Wow. So it's almost all the way back to the middle of the map. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. My opponent has a long way to move up. Okay, well, if I don't take advantage of this, then I just yeah. So this should be at 38. Yeah. So this is where the two. This is the point, and then it game decided that it should curve back. And this is the great thing about random maps. Now I wish it would show this in the deployment. I don't know why it doesn't. I mean, it's really stupid that it doesn't, because that's the information you need during unit purchase, I think. Actually, I wish the whole purchase and deployment process worked completely differently. I wish it was combined so that you didn't have to. You could buy units and deploy them right away, and then basically play with it that way. It'd be easier for me, I think, because it would be allow me to understand what I'm going to do a lot better. So this method is kind of, you have to do a lot of planning in a kind of a vacuum without really understanding what the map exactly is, and then you have to deal with whatever the map really is afterwards. So yeah, I think my my plan is still fine. I'm tempted to actually start there. Okay, so let's see. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to leave the ranges and weapons settings for the first turn. In this case, it'll speed it up because I'm not having to. Obviously, I'm not going to be playing the turn right away. But it just, I don't know. Well, maybe not. Maybe I won't. Now that I think about it, maybe I won't do that. So we'll parade ground these guys. I don't know where to. Which I guess it doesn't matter. We'll put them here. Because I mean, there's normally you set ranges at the end of each turn. So that it would make sense to do that at the end of the first turn, because nothing's going to happen in the first turn. So your ranges don't really matter. Be a very imagine playing a game with very low, I feel low visibility. That would be. Imagine starting with the starting positions at 10 hexes or something. Yeah, the battling would start very, very quickly. I think everybody would deploy very far back in that case. They wouldn't deploy anywhere near the start line, just to avoid issues. I think that would be. Whoops. That might be harder, but could be fun though. I don't know. Heavy MG, mortar, silver team. Infantry platoon. Scouts for them, light MG. And Panzerjäger. 35 Ts. And Kugelwagen. Right. Let's just go through them all anyway, because I need to see what their experience is and so on. So G Commander is very experienced. Morale's 85. He's an elite. That was why he's expensive. He's 190 points. Commander, not as good. Say 176. 76, 81. Good morale there. Actually, just now realizing, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just do. So if I'm going to inspect them that way, then I might as well just do everything. Yeah. Why not? Because you know what's going to happen in the first turn. I'm probably going to forget. So I think this is better. Better do this way. So might as well get this out of the way first, I think. Since I'm gonna do that anyway. Range of 3. Now, actually, the ranges will be reset anyway. So turn the tank mines off. Because when I save and send it back, then he deploys, and then when he saves after deployment, it resets all the ranges on my side. Actually, it resets all the ranges that are 0 for some peculiar reason. I don't know why. I can imagine doing this for in a 5,000 point battle. Oh wow. I'd be taking breaks for sure. There's no way I could do that. Well, I guess by that point, in theory, I should be getting faster at it. Um, oh, that is 0. Range of 0. Leave those on. Range 3. Attack mines off. Range of 3. Attack mines. Oops, wrong one. The Zephyr was off. Range of 0. LMG. Don't want to messing with the other weapons at this point. We'll go with a range of 4. I'll try a longer range and see as a default. See if I notice any adverse effect of that. My concern is that it's a very small unit, so if they opportunity fire excessively, they will draw a lot of attention, and they will be taken out very easily. And they with 11 points. Okay, so here's that one's pretty good in ammo. The mortars, that's always the thing. How much ammo did High Command send us? Next one first. Pretty good in that one too. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so far so good. That's so far. Let's see what the last one is. Oh, that was the last one. What? I'm gonna leave both of those on. I'm gonna try that. See if it makes any difference. I'm gonna set the range to 1, so he shouldn't really be. Problem is, if he opportunity fires, I don't really. You won't use the anti-tank rifle against infantry because it's only got armor piercing. The SMG will be used against tanks though, and that's not what I want. It's really hard to know what to do here. I haven't come up with a definitive answer for myself. I mean, how I want it to work, not how anybody else does it. Because I mean, in my view, the Panzerjägers are only there to fight tanks. They're not there to fight other infantry. However, having their SMGs on may give them a chance if they need to defend themselves. But then, if the opportunity fire, that just might get them killed faster, right? So, looking at it that way, it's probably better to have complete control over when they fire and just basically turn it off. So a very small unit, and they're size 0, so they're not going to get spotted very quickly if they're moving cautiously. So let's go with that. Okay, so might as well set range to 0. Like in a town, there might be an advantage to having their submachine guns turned on because there's actually a benefit there. But again, whatever, it depends on what they run into, right? You know, like a Panzerjäger running into an entire, like a normal infantry section is not going to survive very long if they actually start fighting it, which is my concern. Okay, scouts, turn their weapons off. Range 0. That doesn't seem to be helping me, if I'm honest. He is spotting them way too easily, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Even when I'm moving cautiously, he sees them way too easily. Well, it's probably just where I'm moving or how I'm moving. That's what the issue is. Which is one reason why I'm playing the solo PBEM, because I want to see how I play. I can't think of a way to do that any other way. So, and it gives me good practice to go through these steps because I really need the practice. I'm just not playing enough play by email to gain the experience quickly. And knowing that all of these will be reset, but what can I do? Okay, heavy MG, turn off their auxiliary weapons. Range of 6 for that. Yeah, 6 is good. That's what I've been using. Hasn't proven to be a liability yet. Okay, here we got the medium mortars, 33, so that's about just a little bit above, that's actually like 60%, just above 60% of full ammo. Wow, 50% ammo there. The light mortars made out well, the medium mortars not so much. Yeah, another one. 25% ammo. Wow. That's brutal. Not going to be blasting away with those. Set that off. And 0. Zafira. And make a range of 0. Range 0. I will leave all of that on. All those weapons can be fired anytime, and there's no specialty weapons in there. The Panzerminen is a specialty weapon. The problem is it's a heat weapon, so they would use it against infantry, which is a waste under normal conditions. In city fighting, I think it's probably it would help them because it gives them an extra firepower. But anywhere else, I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, range is set wrong here. Thought I made a mistake. Tank mines are off. Range of 3. Tank mines off. Range 3. Scouts, everything off. Range 0. Okay, LMG, turn off the auxiliary units, auxiliary weapons. Range 4, we're gonna try that in the LMGs. I was using range 3. Don't know. It may trigger more opportunity fires, though. That's what I'm worried about. I'm actually gonna turn all of that off for the Panzerjäger. Okay, range 30. The 35T is definitely an inferior tank to the to the 20 to the 38T. I mean, that's better optics. It looks like, as the range is the 38T has a longer range of 40. I think it's the same gun, so it's just got to be optics then. Anyway, so that means the range will be slightly less, and we turn off the bow-mounted machine gun. Range of set to 7, which is fine, surprisingly. I just need to turn that off, and the range is set to 7. And the infamous Koolwagen MG, range set to 6. I'll leave it like that. And right, and A0. Okay, so why don't we get to deployment? All right, so I said that the company would start up on this side. I think that's still valid. So start with the first platoon, first company. And so we'll just start here. May actually start right up. May actually start even further forward than that. And The second platoon will start on the side of the road, I think. Might do that. May start on both on either. I may divide them across the road. I don't know. The third platoon. Uh, yeah, this river is a problem. So they may actually start further forward, just to avoid getting caught in that. We'll see. Okay, so scouts around them. Okay, no, first the support unit. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We'll figure out the details in a minute. Get the LMGs up here to cover this open area as soon as possible. I think there's no height ones in there. Hey, I thought to look for that. Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? It was amazing me when I actually think ahead of where I need to be thinking. Stunning. Sometimes I may see it myself. And that's not meant in a good way. In most cases, I end up kicking myself for being such a dumbass. Scouts there. Something like that. Scouts there. Details later. Just get them put in position. Very aggressive deployment here, but I've come to realize that it's perfectly safe. I mean, if he starts right on the line, then he will move up at most. His infantry will move up at most like 9. Not through the trees though. However, his armor will move up very rapidly, probably along the road, and that's what I need to watch out for. So my independent platoon, unattached support platoon, I guess we'll call it. Starting on this side. That does not block line of sight, unfortunately. I don't really want to cross the river. I don't want to move through the swamp. So that leaves this area, which is not very good. Probably not a good idea. That puts the scouts there, and in the swamp. Not what I wanted, but let's see. Does that actually work? No. See, the field is very small, so line of sight that far forward. Now we won't be seeing a deployment, as I said. That's not going to happen. But his armor will move up very quickly here, and that's the risk. So how to counter that? How to discourage that behavior? Probably by showing units in the vicinity, I think. But of course he'll take shots at them. Why not, right? Yeah, the thing is, if I start further back here, then it will take much longer because I have to cross this river, which is not useful. Now, there's no line of sight being blocked on this side, unfortunately. So, looking over here, yeah. So now this blocks line of sight. I don't know if how much does the polder restrict movement? I don't know. Oh, it's not gonna work. Pardon the typing, looking things up. It's like old school wargaming, checking the manual to see what you can get away with. Movement rates. Polder, 3. That's not too bad. Gullies are 6. That's pretty bad. So this year is not good. I'm showing people, but they can't see because yes, they can. Yeah. So okay. So that is a movement of 3. The swamp is probably the same, actually. Now, just have a look. Yep, swamp is actually not that bad. The stream gully, though, is really bad. Yeah, the stream is like 6. So that's really not what I want to cross over. I don't think the line, that swamp obviously doesn't block line of sight, but the defense in there is very bad, so that's probably not what you want. Let's have a look at defense in. No, actually, the defense in the gully is pretty good. It's equivalent to boulders and trenches, even wood buildings. Now, but it's a stream gully. Does that change it? I guess not. Yeah, so crossing the gully is very slow. That would be very tricky. Not to mention my armor will have to do it. So that's a negative. But not much you can do about it, I think. Okay, so swamp. Where is swamp? Swamp is very poor, so I don't really want to get caught in that. Um, Mixed is no better. The polders are probably very poor as well. I don't see polder in here. Pod fields, vineyards. Da, 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 da. No, polder is the same as mixed, so it's no different. But the movement rate is 3. Okay, so that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Let's see. Okay, well, it's workable. Well, I'll have to look at the details in a moment. Now, the armor will have to move up across the gully anyway. I don't see how I can avoid that. One possibility, assuming I can. Well, that would moving up through the year would require taking this ground, and controlling it very quickly. To prevent him from doing the same thing, right? Yeah, but the bridge is broken. The bridge is broken. That's interesting. The bridge is blown, I guess. That doesn't really help anything. Doesn't really prevent anything here. Random maps. Why would that be? Why would that occur? We have no idea. So LNGs, I think, is the next item. Crossing this gully is not what I want to do, but I don't know if I can avoid it. LNGs might start here. They might actually start in the gully. I don't think they can shoot out of it, though. That's the thing. Well, they can. Because the gully gives them a really good defense. And probably it keeps them well hidden as well. Well, at least keeps them hidden. I wouldn't know if it keeps them well hidden. Yeah, so the thing is, his armor is going to move up very quickly here. But that's the thing. I don't know. Anyway, we'll put these behind them for now. And the Panzerjäger will also be back here. Some trees here. That's helpful. There's a wooden building here. That is also helpful. There's some trees over here. That might. There's also a. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna get slowed down here. So I might as well start as far forward as possible. While, I mean, this position means that he will see me in the as soon as he starts moving. I think. Like as soon as he advances over his start line, he will see me. Now that's probably not ideal because he's gonna start mortaring me right away. But anyway, I'll think about that as we go. Panzerjäger, whoops. Panzerjägers. They will also start back here, well, for now. They may start on this around this hill. That's not a terrible idea, if I'm honest. Yeah, this may be a little bit too aggressive. Well, you know, nothing. It's only one way to find out, really, when it comes down to it. The tanks, now that is going to be tricky. They will probably start. They could start. Now, you know, his armor will be have moved up quite. Well, his armor will have made it to probably to this point, and be looking through these trees, looking out through here, looking out through there. Yeah, so along this road, I mean, these armor will be right out in front here. So I don't really want to have my armor too far away. And I don't also want to have them in a place where you can fire, you know, all of his armor at mine. You might get a lucky shot. So let's see. I mean, one possibility is here. We'll have to look at what the risk is for that, and probably the Kubelwagen around this area as well. Now, if I'm going to do that, I'm probably better putting that infantry over here. That means they will be starting moving across the gully, though. But it does mean they get to take this high ground very quickly, which is a possible benefit. Because they will take a bit longer. Yeah. Okay. So what have we not deployed? The mortars and the commander. The mortars. Let's look at that next. I want to get them further forward. Okay, height 20, they're in height 15, so that's fine, because it's height 20, it's height 20. So long as we go back on the slope here, I guess let's have a look, see what line of sight looks like that way. Don't really want them to get spotted. Now, from this position, let's take that one. He's at 70, so he's about there. nice to get them further forward. Maybe here. And that will put the commander in a rather odd position. It would put the commander quite a ways forward, actually, but might not be a bad thing. That puts it at yeah, but he's too far over to one side, I think. I don't think I can get him closer. No, I don't think I can get him closer unless I move him. And where would I move him to? That's not obvious. Alright, so that's not going to work. I'm not happy with that. Well, it's not that it won't work, it's just I'm not happy with it. Usual story. Picky, picky, picky. Yeah, probably best I can do is here. Okay, I think that's probably the best I can do with them. And then we put the 8-0 unit behind them, I guess. That is a swamp. Actually, might as well put them up here. I have somebody who has line of sight. But not much. Not that much, because he's too far back. If he was further forward... Keeping in mind it's only a 25 visibility, so... that might be okay. So the forward observer. Whoops! What did I just drop there? Oops. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Heavy MGs. That's pretty far back. 67. Uh, maximum range is about there. That's too far back. That's not going to be helpful at all. So I think I may have to move up along here. Try and get onto these hills. Oops, we'll rearrange that in a moment, I think. I'll look at that again. So I messed up because I put the mortars. For observer. You can't see much that way. Well, that hill's going to block all these line of sight no matter what I do. Well, you can see a lot, but not very useful. From that position, you might be able to move up, though. That's a possibility, if necessary. You're certainly not going to have much line of sight. Like I can't get both. Can't have everything. I wish I could. It's height 10, so let's see what that looks like. Obviously, never going to see over that hill, never going to see long past that hill. There's nothing in the middle for him to start on. And we've got an orchard there. That's not going to help much. But actually, there's more. You can see further this way, so I think that's more helpful to me. Yeah, I mean, if he's over here and he can see into this area, I think he can see past that orchard from there. No, he can't. Let's compare. It's very patchy because there's just enough random terrain thrown in that line of sight is compromised. That's the way it should be. This is not the desert. Making it the desert will be an interesting experience for me. I decide whether I actually need to like. This area is not very helpful to be able to see into. Being able to see down through, because I could actually see along that side, so I could see down through there, which actually is not a bad thing. Okay, well, let's see. What's left? Company commander. Probably in this area here. Okay, so let's get out of details because it's always fun poking around like that. I mean that, but it does not really get anywhere. So now these guys actually have their line of sight completely blocked, so we can advance fairly quickly through this orchard. However, it really depends on what shows up there, and that's why he is important. But it still doesn't help me. Still doesn't help me. So the positioning of my scouts, that is gonna be critical, because I think his armor will move up through here, possibly along the road for sure, to cover that, and I need to be able to see that. Yeah, there's a good chance I would actually, but I mean, if he moves all the way behind there, then obviously not. So maybe try and compensate for that. Can't tell where that would, what a good position for that would be. Because you can't see through the orchard. No, he's there. Okay, now you can see out of there. Now, it's very likely these guys are not going to be able to move up that fast, simply because they're going to be in line of sight. Now, if he moves up in a year, I'm walking into a trap. So, actually, I don't think these guys will be able to move up very quickly at all. Right. No, they won't. That's weird that I cannot see. Normally in an orchard you can see more than one hex. Because an orchard isn't that dense. I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, I can only see one hex in it. That's very weird. Okay, well, this orchard is the orchard's denser than I thought. So actually, it's gonna be tricky. That's if I could see into that area there. There's another orchard in here. Ah, that's probably why I can't see that much. Ah, random maps. Gotta love them. Okay, so I'm not actually going to be able to start as far forward as I'd liked, but that's okay. Um, of course, I won't be moving when he shows up the first turn, when he puts his units, these fast units out front here. So that will make it more difficult for him to see me. Now, in theory, I could actually start right up here. Let's see, how does that work out? Maybe a change of plans here. Maybe a change of plans because, no, having a platoon take this hill is probably the better plan. Because if they can do that, then they can take the whole. They'll have better line of sight around here, but that's going to be difficult. So we may actually start them one hex further back than they are currently positioned. The light mortars may actually get to work right away, so I might not. Okay, it would be nice to have the Panzerjägers up further up to the front in this case, because if there's any armor that shows up on this side, they might be very useful. So, trying to convince myself this is a very stupid idea. I mean, these are all small units, so they're all size 0 units, and they're not moving. So will they be seen? You can't see them during his deployment. That's not going to happen. Because they don't show up. They only show up in your line of sight when you check. So, but it's risky. Because if I give myself away too early, then it doesn't benefit me at all. So we might start back there, and there, and just start one hex back, just to see what happens in the first turn. They only need to move one hex, and that's not a lot of movement. They're not. They certainly wouldn't be out firing anything. But I've never done that before, so I don't know how dangerous it is. And it may prove to be fatal, actually. So, actually, I think that's a better place for it. I'm gonna start him right away. Because even from there, he can move up, right? Actually, gonna deploy them just one hex back. And the mortars are 2 hexes back, and we'll put this one there. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll start in an already oddball formation like that. Simply because I'm I'm going to experiment. I mean, it'll probably go really badly, but what the hell. Now, I wanted to change this here because these, this seems like a really bad idea, but what are the risks here? Let's look around, because, well, if the armour moves out that far, it's kind of, he's kind of pushing it. Now there, though, that is, yeah, so if he moves up on there, I don't think I'd be able to see it. I don't have anything that could see it. No, I think what I'll do is they will probably stop way back here, I think. Well, if I start them there, where are they going to go? Well, they can get onto the slopes. That's about it. They are moving forward right away. Try and gain positions on here. No, but I'm looking at it as maybe that's not the best plan. So maybe these scouts should move up, and then the heavy MG should move up behind them, because they're gonna move forward to take that. So anyway, let's look at that, because I have scouts in the open, so that's probably not gonna go well. Yes, I'm starting out in the open here, and on the first turn he'll move up very quickly. So, how do I manage that risk? Because it needs to be managed. It needs to be managed very, very badly. Oops. What the hell? Shit. All right. Yeah, so the question is, how far forward will he move? How much risk will he take? Probably a lot. And the only way I'm gonna gain anything is if I catch him off guard. Really, seriously, that's probably the only time it works out. But that's a very difficult thing to do against an experienced player, right? Anything I think I can catch him off guard with is probably not likely to work out that well. Yeah, so these guys are now actually starting in the open, and that's because yeah, I mean, the thing of it is you'll move something up very quickly here. That is a given, that's for sure. Cavalry, motorcycle units. I think they have motorcycle units. Scout cars, armored cars. I mean, so we could get shot up pretty quickly. But the alternative is not very pleasant, because that the alternative is to start in the trees here. And the other platoon has to start. They're always going to start in the open. There's nothing I can do. I hate deployment. The thing is also, I'm moving outside of my comfort zone, which is to deploy really far back. But that's not working out for me, because it's just taking me too long to move up. So trying something different, but it's not working out on this map, it looks like. Because starting in the open as player 2 is not a good idea. I think. But there isn't any place else to start. So basically, if that I don't have anything to deploy here, then that's I don't have any way to deploy in the center. My plan is not is flawed. Because there's a hill here, so yeah, that's fine. If he moves, anything that moves up behind here won't see them. But that's not how that's going to work out. He'll move up stuff up the road, through here, into this area to have a look around. Now, it'd be good if I could shoot at them. That's the key. but these guys won't be able to, and they just gonna get shot up before they get to do anything. Yeah, being player 2 is a disadvantage, isn't it? Yeah. And there's really nothing you can do. I mean, there's no way to avoid that problem. So basically, I don't know. My entire idea is not going to work. Simply because he can move up fast enough, and I've seen him do that. So the risk, that is the risk. I mean, I don't know that he will do that, but the risk is that he'll move up enough units that will see them, and be able to do something about it, because I'm not deployed. I can't deploy somewhere. The only place I can deploy that's out of sight is in here. And I'm looking at let's look at putting one platoon over here. Let's get these out of the way. It doesn't help because we still have this issue with line of sight over here, right? So the only thing I can do is deploy smoke in the beginning in here to cover that, or deploy smoke along here, or smoke. Yeah, well, it would have to be here, but that's cutting my line of sight off as well, right? So it's not you don't deploy smoke in front of yourself because you can't tell what you're heading into. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have to think of something very quickly. And that's not easy for me to do. Really. I think the best I can do is put them as far back that way as possible. I mean, the other thing is they can move up here, and I won't be able to see them. So he'll have this hill by the end of turn 1. Well, he'll have scouts up here by the end of turn 1. So moving up through here will be difficult. Okay, looking at this side. So we're gonna have to cross the gully. There's no way to avoid that, I think. I do have units here that could see what goes on behind, so it's not that bad. Anyway, let's try this. So maybe initially deploy smoke here. I think. Yeah, so, and then and later on, deploy smoke here. Well, I mean, I have the same problem here, so it's not really any different. There's a slight advantage here because I start behind the field, which cuts off line of sight somewhat, but not really that much. like, because I have to do that before. If I do that before, then I can actually start here, and then my plan works. We'll try it. What the hell? So the question is like exactly where I would deploy the smoke just to cover that. Maybe over here, because I mean if he moves up here, it's, yeah, I'll know about it. But I don't know. I don't know. Everything tells me, but the thing of it, if I look at it, where I should deploy is back here, but that means I got to move up. These two platoons will move up along here, and then have to move. I don't have anything to take that, because they'll be starting back here. Yeah, well, deploying smoke there is a good thing, but it also means that I can't see what he's doing, right? And that's not a good thing. And I don't think I can deploy enough smoke that it could cover my position anyway. And this is not, well, you can see how much I suck because that, I didn't I didn't think this through. I mean, the only option I have is to deploy in there or to deploy really far back, which I think is, well, I mean, it's a random map, so there's no intent anywhere. But if I deploy my entire company in there, then it's going to take them forever to move forward this way. Meanwhile, he will already have those positions, and I don't have any way to get close to them fast enough, right? Well, you won't have secured them. You might have scouts and scout cars, but that's more than enough. That is more than enough. But the thing is, can I deploy the entire company in there? I mean, it looks like it'd be difficult. That would be where the one platoon would go. The other platoon would probably start back here. They'd be pretty crowded in there. And then, of course, the support unit would take forever to move up, which is always my problem. They always end up moving up so slowly. Meanwhile, the center would be wide open because there's nothing there. Okay, so the only area that is problematic is up here. Now, he's not going to get infantry up there very fast, and so I think the smoke is there's probably the best I can do with a bad idea. Best way to make making the best of a bad idea, right? That's pretty much all I can do there. On this side, we're going to possibly deploy. I'd still like to keep them on that side of the river, though. Gully is there. Okay, I can start in the gully. That's fine. You can start in the gully. I don't want them moving through it at all. Okay. Okay, so he can be seen from over there. So deploying smoke along there, because that would be the first place he would probably try to get into, maybe. Okay, so that's an idea. Okay, so that's fine, but doesn't get me anywhere really. Let's do that. Start him behind the trees. No. No, that's not gonna work. Well, this will go badly. I mean, this is a really terrible idea, I think. But my alternative is to start in here and then give up any time advantage. I mean, that's the safer choice. But moving those units through the woods will consume a hell of a lot of time. And that's the problem. There's just not that much. That is the safer choice. The thing of it is, what'll happen is though it'll probe all the way forward here, and there won't be anything there to stop them, which is pretty much what happened in the battle. That was actually a good battle, but was not didn't. I mean, it ended up being that way just by dumb luck, really. I think deploying out in your open is really not going to work out for me. But I'm gonna try it and see how bad it is, right? Could be the worst losses ever. Okay, so finally down here. Now, we're not done yet. There's the armor, which I think is going to start further back. Actually, they can start further forward now because there will be infantry close by. So that is helpful. However, there's plenty of ways for them to get through without, yeah, because I don't have line of sight into this part here. I don't know why. Like, nobody has line of sight into there. I guess that's height 1. Oh, actually, that is a height 1. So starting further back in there might not... Hey. Hey. It doesn't mean I have to cross the gully, though. Where does the height 1 start? It starts after the gully. Yeah. Random maps. Lovely. Gotta love them. It's not very big on this side, though, so there won't be much chance to spread out around there. This platoon could start further back. But we'll see. Okay, this side. There's not really much you can do. Whoops. Let's look at this in detail. I mean, we have trees here. I could move up through the swamp. Actually, I don't want the scouts to move up through the swamp, but the infantry might. No, I don't want them to do that. Now, they have line of sight from there because they're behind the trees, and they're also behind this height 1. Also behind this height 1. So that limits line of sight quite effectively. However, it does squeeze them in quite badly, though. There's so many swampy, very annoying areas on this map because I've only got 4 tubes that can deliver smoke, so there's not a lot I can do with it. There's not a lot I can do with it. Yeah, same problem here. They get spotted fairly quickly. Of course, deploying smoke will be a giveaway if something's up. Now the heavy MGs are back here. Light MGs. Actually, with the heavy MGs in the gully here, it does seem like you actually get line of sight out of there. And the protection in the gully is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's equivalent to boulders and Willing to boulders. It's actually quite surprising. Well, I guess it's a depression, so you're partially not your smaller target, I guess. Well, the way terrain works in the game is it just reduces casualties. It doesn't actually. Well, I don't know. I mean, that table I'm looking at only indicates that it reduces casualties. I guess it must have an effect on whether you can actually get hit or not. So actually, what I'll do, I'm going to start these further back and move them up if the opportunity arises, or they may actually end up having, I mean, that may be where they end up staying. In which case, then the LMGs would actually move up. Because AVMGs are better if you don't move them too much. So maybe we'll take the LMGs and move them around this area. One there, one there. Whoops, what the hell? That's not what I wanted to move. Now, actually, I mean, there is a height 1 here, so anything you put in there may not be visible. Unfortunately, I don't think it extends very far. Yeah, the main problem here is you have to cross the gully and there's no bridges around. And I think for vehicles, that's probably quite a substantial hit. For wheel is 12. Yikes. Track is 6. Okay, so he starts there. He's basically staying there. Well, it's not that much of a penalty. I mean, they have a pretty decent movement rate, so it's not something you want to cross over more than once during a turn, though, because that would be ridiculous. So the question is, do the tanks start? Can a tank start back here? They could. Okay, the tanks can start back there. Because if they move up, they have line of sight that way. Well, this height 1 extends all the way across, so they don't really get that much line of sight. Okay, so what I might do, cool wagon there. Let's see what this looks like from this side. Not much, because he has to look through the height 1. So if I put one tank over there and one over here. just to see how things develop. This is insane. I gotta be crazy to deploy like this. Yeah, this is really stupid. This is completely ridiculous deployment. I don't know. I mean, let's try stuff. I mean, battles haven't been going that well, and you know, the worst that can happen is I lose everything in the first few turns because he starts mowing me down with his armor. But that's why I want to have the Panzerjägers up close, because that's probably the only option I would have. I mean, the thing is you could start shooting from really far back, though. That's the issue. Okay, so let's start them in the gully. So we can start in the gully, but we're not gonna want to avoid moving through it. Actually, what we'll do is we'll start the Panzerjägers over here. And I need to start them behind this area. Yeah, so let's put them there. Now, I mean, like I said, I'm not moving in the first turn, so that may help me. You may not see me right away unless he comes really close. Like if he moves, you know, in this area, then obviously there's the chances of being spotted are much lower. But still, it's very. I got a bad feeling about this, but I feel like I should try stuff, right? I think I've gotten too much in a rut of how I'm playing, so maybe just try things. Okay, so looking at smoke, I only have 4 tubes though, so that's not gonna go very far. Okay, so let's see. What are my concerns? Not too worried about that. I'm more worried about these guys here. Honestly, I don't think there's anything I can do about it. In fact, if I look at it, I mean, they can be seen from all the way over here. So, I mean, they can be seen very early on. But again, I think the chance of being seen from back there are very low. I think. But, you know, it's hard to say. I just don't know if that's a valid assumption. I just don't know. Well, I mean, I'll be moving in the first turn, so there's no way. I mean, unless he starts shooting at me right away, that's the only thing that would stop that. But I would have to see if we can counter that. So I don't know. I mean, deploying smoke into that area seems like a possibility. But that's about it, right? And I've actually cut down the line of sight quite a bit. You can be seen from that building. But again, that's when he moves in there, and that's quite a ways forward from. That's the only infantry could see me from there, and that's a few ways forward. More from the road, yeah. But a vehicle, even then, a vehicle would be moving quite fast by the time it gets there, so not likely. this is risky, but I think we'll see. We'll see if I get away with it. It's not something I would try every time though, because it probably would become a bit obvious after a while. So, because you may guess I might do this, that really make me laugh because just goes to show you how obvious I am, right? That you would guess that I would do this. and drop mortars right on my head here, or just fire artillery into this area, because deploying on the front line is considered to be a stupid idea, like deploying right on your start line. But we'll see. So if I'm going to deploy smoke, I'd probably do it on this side. But even that, well, smoke back here maybe. But even that's not. See, the thing of it is, I mean, I'd rather be able to see what's in those trees rather than not be able to see what's in those trees. So, because that smoke would obscure my ability to spot things that are in there as well, and the smoke would linger long enough that it would become a problem fairly soon. And also, deploying smoke is a dead giveaway that I must be close by, because that. On the other hand, that's what I want, because then that holds them back, right? I don't know. Should I? Should I not? That is weird. I think, you know what? I think there's something, because I see a really strange coloring on that. I see here. Well, probably not visible on the stream, but there's no red line underneath here. I think there's actually two victory X's in there, and I think each one of us owns one of it. Because I think that red line is the German flag, the bottom of the German flag. That's really, really weird. I've honestly never seen that before. Okay, so I think the only decision I have to make is whether I'm going to deploy smoke. I am moving up very, very early on, so it might be a good idea, but I don't know exactly where. That's the issue. Yes, what'll end up happening is the first turn. In my first turn, I'll see all my infantry has been shot at and are now suppressed because he's moved a tank up here, and of course I have nothing that can shoot back at them, so he just gets free reign, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be fatal. Actually, the alternative is to actually deploy the other platoon in there. So that platoon, I think I might be able to get away with it. I think I might be able to get away with that side, but this side, not so much. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move these back to the side. I'm going to move the LMGs back here. If I can figure out where to put them. And this may be it. This is all I'm probably going to do this entire stream because it's going on too long already. So I mean, do I leave them there or do I not? That's the question. Do I deploy smoke? Do I not? I don't know where I would deploy it. There doesn't seem to be like the risk is from there. So, but deploying smoke on there like immediately pretty much gives it away that I'm very close by and moving up, because otherwise there's no point. The case basically advertises where you're advancing, right? Now I might do it in the first turn, depending on what's going on. That might be more useful. But by that point, you will probably have some units in position. That's gonna happen anyway, no matter what I do. Smoke on this side, I mean, because they're covering more. There's no, the earliest cover they have is in these trees here and here. So basically, they're starting here and then having to move across here to have them avoid crossing the road is probably a better idea. Yeah, but that's gonna require a bit of finessing. Okay, no, I'm not gonna deploy the smoke. It's just I think it's a bit of a giveaway. Something's up, and I may surprise him. I may surprise him. But he could have a lot of armor, and that's what worries me. It won't be good armor, but numbers matter, right? That's always the problem. So, so actually, what I'm going to do, they actually have line of sight. I'm actually going to deploy these in front. No, let's play them over here. And these provide some cover that way. Yeah, the problem is you can hit the top of it, so that's fine. But I don't have anything to hit from this side, so maybe the heavy MG should be deployed up here to be able to hit that. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's not bad. Well, that would put the other LMGs up on this side again, which is okay. We'll deploy them in the gully. I think that provides some concealment as well. Maybe a bit further this way. And worst comes to worst, they can move that way. Although moving, yeah, well, I mean, these guys can move a lot better than the heavy MG is, so maybe that's a better idea. Because I think they may need the cover from that position. So height 10 there. The attacks can't be seen right away. Okay. Okay, for better or for worse, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to deploy smoke. We'll see how that works out. I don't know. Lack of experience, experiment. It rarely ends well for me, but we'll try it anyway. This is very not like very stupid and aggressive deployment. I have a bad feeling about this. Very bad feeling. But why not? Let's try it. I mean, it's so since I have those heavy MGs there, I don't need these guys there. I'm gonna put them there so they can cover the back of the hill, and we'll put him there. I actually put him in the front. Since I'm being stupid, I might as well. No, let's do it the other way around. Put him there. He's covering that side. Nobody can actually see down there though. That's annoying. So there's a blind spot. There's another 3 hex there, so he can move up. Okay. My mortar there. There. Okay, so you might need to move around that side instead. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm gonna go with that. As stupid as it looks, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, as stupid as it looks, I'm gonna go with that. Looking at this final check. Okay, I'm actually not going to start them on there. I'm actually going to start them back here. Just get them onto the high ground instead. Actually onto the slope. There's more cover on the slope, I think. Just to give them a better line of sight, maybe. Actually, slopes are not that good. Slopes are nowhere to be found. Yeah, oh no, slopes are in the same category as trees. Wow. Okay, that's kind of surprising. So we'll start back here. Yep, okay. And we'll see how this works out. Really, am I really ending it? Am I really done? Do I want to drag this out even more? No, not really. Well, I can't help it. I mean, to me, this is actually kind of fun because, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So it's kind of exciting, but it's like, could go really badly, and I expect it will, but hopefully it won't, and maybe we'll have a good battle. Because I caught him off guard again. That would really be good, but I doubt that would happen. All right. All right, so I think I'm done. I'm not going to deploy the smoke. I honestly don't know where to put it, and like deploying smoke, I might deploy smoke after they moved into those positions because I mean, my goal is to move up through here, not across the side. So I might need to cover that in the event that people move into them. But I mean, it's too early to do that because the smoke will have cleared by then, you know, in a few turns, and that's not really what I want. So I'm starting here, but I'm actually moving across that way, hopefully, because there's no point in trying to cross the road here. There's no value in it. I mean, there is. I mean, there's tree cover here, so that's a good thing, but it's pretty sparse. I really need to get these guys up onto here. That would be helpful because they'd be able to provide some support on that side and get killed because they can be attacked from all directions. Getting that hill will be very helpful in being able to move up from there and then across there. All right, I think that's it.